Hey everybody, Daisha here with Legacy of Light. In conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin. Coming to you from one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. Being mysterious. I just realized that I hadn't recorded my video. I don't have all that much time to set a bunch of stuff up. So I thought I'd just do it by some Christmas lights that I have up. And my little rosemary plant here. Living the dream through the winter in a potted plant. So, and here's some succulents. You can't really see them. Very good. They're just in there. But anyhow, so I just wanted to share for today the reading, which also goes along with what I did on my weekly Wednesday Love, and it was Mastery. So, anyhow, it says, sometimes I go about with pity for myself, and all the while, great winds are carrying me across the sky. And that's an Ojibway saying. Our crucial task when in pain or despair is not to let the sour feelings spill into everything, so that we stain our sense of the world. Yet we must also take care not to contain our feelings so that they fester and infect our sense of ourselves. Somewhere between these two extremes waits a life of healthy expression, not personalizing everything and not painting the world with our troubles. Our inner work is often the most demanding when we are sad and afraid, for we can so easily be overwhelmed by the power of these emotions that we can start to believe that the world is less possible and ourselves diminished. Once feeling less than, we stop feeling the truth of what the genuine is and start losing touch with the great winds of life. Yet somehow life has a way of carrying us along, whether we are aware of it or not. Just as the stream carries both the hungry fish and the sleeping one downstream, the great winds carry both the agitated heart and the peaceful one into tomorrow. Thus, the work of prayer, when we feel least like praying, is neither to inflate or deflate the world or ourselves, but to restore our connection to the powerful currents of life. And this is actually perfect for me in my situation for the week. I was working on grace, and then I changed my weekly Wednesday Love to Mastery because I chose a card, and that's, what they said to share. And in Mastery is to accept the situation as it is and be accountable for all parts of that. And really that's what this is saying. For this past week or whatever, I've been going through a situation where I've been living in my sorrows, and I've been irritated and agitated with somebody. All the while, these great winds have been carrying me across the sky, and the universe has been saying, you have the answers inside of you. You have the ability to not live in these emotions and to not let them overtake you. So it says to not have sour feelings spill into everything, and that's really what I was doing. I was having it spill, and then it was like, the downward spiral, well, this happened, so then what about this? And remember when that happened? And you can go on forever of all the shit that you think is melded into this one action, and the action isn't even pertaining to what you're actually really angry about or frustrated with, and sometimes it just takes, a stepping back. Take a step back. And then when you take that step back, go even further and take more steps back until you can visualize the whole thing. And visualize the whole thing from a different perspective. And know that that you are loved and eternally adored, and that the universe is continually conspiring to help you out of your little state of whininess or, anger or frustration or regret or what other, lower frustrating emotions that you are in. And also, we can just take things like one day at a time, just move up one emotion. And if you look up, Abraham and Esther Hicks have, it's 22 different emotions, and just to go through one emotion a day, and then you take the next level up. And, if say, I think anger is like 17 or something. So then you just move up to the next emotion each day till you get to joy and love. And really, that's in 17 days. Or if you're at the least, which is fear, then it's 22 days. Which, in the end, is not a long time to be able to get through whatever situation you're going through and to move on. And to let it go and to integrate it into your being. And so, I've probably spent a good 5 days on and off, not the whole time, but really on this one situation. And instead of moving up each day, I've been wallowing, in my self-pity and why am I manifesting this and what is going on? Because I felt like I should have been through this situation already. Like, dealt with it. I don't need to learn anymore. I'm good, thank you. But apparently not. But also the universe is telling me that I can level up and I can change the situation if I take accountability and I just accept it as it is. And let it go. And move on from this. And just say, okay, whatever happens, this is something that I manifested. It's fine. The world's not going to end. All my positive dreams and things that I am seeking are not going to all end because of this one situation. The universe isn't going to stop assisting me because of this one situation. And that's what I was making it out to be. Like, this was the end-all, be-all because this situation wasn't working out. Well, nothing will. And, over the past, just today, I had to take a step back. And, like I said originally for my weekly Wednesday Love, I was going to share on grace. And I was working on this song that I was writing, and it was just like, nothing was flowing, and I was also just rehashing this situation and being like, okay, how am I supposed to share with this when I'm still, like, in the midst of it? So then, I took the Oracle deck out, and I just said, okay, I'm going to let that go. What can I share? And then they gave me mastery, which I found amusing and hilarious because they were just saying, yeah, you can do this. You just have to be accountable. And, then the sharing for today, for Inside the Wind. Sometimes I go about with pity for myself, and all the while the great winds are carrying me across the sky. So sometimes just takes a moment with your heart and just accepting it that, you spent 5 or 6 days in some self-pity modes. It's okay. But know that you can change it at any point. And it's your choice and your perception to manifest something different. And at, any point, we all can manifest the things that we want. And we are desiring, as I said before, all of our prayers, our thoughts are prayers that we're sending out to the universe. So I, probably like 3-4 months ago, I was sending out thoughts of lack and like frustration of how things were going. So it manifested. And I just have to be accountable for that and recognize it and just accept the situation as it is and be okay with it. And above all, to love myself through this and to love that I can notice that I don't want to be in those other emotions. I don't want to have unrest in my heart. I want to have grace and love for this person and for this situation so that I can then, become that master of that situation and, level up, moving on up. So, remember, as always, that you are eternally adored and loved for everything that you're doing. Even, like this past week when I spent my little pity parties, it's just learning and sharing on my path, and the universe appreciates that and loves that and adores us all at every moment. And there is no expectations and there is no conditions. That's why it's called unconditional love, because it has no conditions for you to be able to receive it. And that is also what grace is. And a couple weeks ago I was at something and they asked what you wanted to be, like what emotion or love, joy, whatever, and I chose grace. So these things are coming to me so that I can have grace for everyone in any situation. And grace is given not because you deserve it, but just because of goodwill and of ultimately unconditional love. And Jesus had said, my grace is sufficient for thee. So our grace that we have for ourselves is sufficient. The grace that we can have for others is sufficient, but that we use it and that we give it out and we share it. We share that goodwill. We share the love. We share the grace. Even when that person or the situation or whatever isn't deserving, that's when it's most important. So I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. And have a great day.